Hey, um, so this is my very first just ranting video of me talking to the camera about Solarpunk, and the topic for today will be um, genre and um, like the kind of content that I like and what I would like to create in the Solarpunk setting. So I guess my favorite genre would be dramedy, which is the connection, the middle point of comedy and drama. Um, so I guess like your Gilmore Girls, I guess your Buffy's, I guess your Veronica Mars's, I guess your Shameless, I guess like all those different Crazy Ex Girlfriend, like that um, that vibe, that way of storytelling where it can get very serious, but it can also be lighthearted, and I like the mixture of that. So, growing up, my favorite kind of TV shows were sitcoms. Like I loved comedies growing up. Um, there was even a while where I initially wanted to be like a sketch comedy artist. I like to just sketch comedy in general. I just love. So your All That's, your SNL, Met TV. I just really like that. And um, well, as I grew up, things changed, and I was more not really specific about the things that I wanted. But I guess I was just, as I got older, more drawn to um, the dramedy kind of shows, and at first I didn't know that it was even a thing, a dramedy, but you live, you learn, and then you figure like, oh, I see like this overarching vibe that all these different types of shows that I'm drawn to have. So I got introduced to dramas basically through like the teen dramas, and I guess the teen dramas that I would stick to and gravitate towards were more of a dramedy. And I guess one of the main important shows like that kind of programmed me in a way, I must say. It was Degrassi, The Next Generation, and um, I guess that just taught me like a storytelling language style that I was like very drawn to, because it's also like life. Life is a dramedy, um, and so like that is the. So I'm trying to hold up my phone, but for some reason my left arm is getting tired and tired. But yeah, the dramedy is like my main form of receiving story, and yeah, I I've been working on some stuff like in the past 5 years with a friend of mine who's a writer, and also throughout our conversations, like the dramedy like really was like a fitting thing to address like different things. And so yeah, I guess like the very first thing, if I want to talk about solar punk and my kind of solar punk, um I really want to address that in a dramedy. Of course other things are welcome as well as things go on, but I guess my initial thing would be a dramedy, um where, because dramedy is, because it's somewhere in the midst of like a comedy and a drama, where it's like two endpoints and then there's the mid spectrum. I would err more on the, maybe like slightly more on the drama side of it. Also depends, but I think like 60-40 or 55 slash 45, more drama than comedy, but where the lightness of the comedy is still very much present, and just the humor of it all. Um, and then also because if I do because I do watch some comedies, so like your Brooklyn Nine Nine, your The Good Places, your like what have I been watching? Like because I have comedies that I revisit all the time. So Arrested Development. I don't know if you guys know this show's very only ran for one season, but it was called The Class. Better Off Dead. Yeah, I'm trying to think like aside from Brooklyn Nine Nine, another big comedy in the past decade that I've been, which is more current. I'm trying to think like I don't know. I don't have my list of comedies with me, so but I guess like the traditional like sitcom is definitely something that I'm still enjoying and all that, depending on the themes and just the type of characters that they portray. But I guess to create like a show like that I actually want to act in, to perform in, my thing would be a dramedy. I like to play off a bit and really address or deal with more like heavy or more serious themes, and then also the lightness of the comedy. Um, what else? When it comes to solar punk, because as I stated in my previous video, um, there's not a since solar punk is like a meta genre instead of just a typical thing. You can have like a solar punk thriller, a solar punk comedy, a solar punk dramedy, a solar punk what have you romantic moment, and I think like you should start with what you know, and dramedies I know the best, and then the second best is like sitcoms, and I feel like especially when it comes to like creating worlds and stories that could take place in those worlds, I think dramedies are like the best for me personally, like the best ways to enter in that space. So yeah, I want to create a dramedy performance, and then I don't care if it's then on top of that also like a musical, or if there's like another type of like gimmick that it's layered on top of that, in the sense of like Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, or even because I think of like a dramedy is also Hamilton the musical. So just think with me here, just the the weight of all like the drama, but then also like the jokes, and so we really can be imaginative in this space, like what a dramedy is, and what solar punk genre is. It can be any kind of thing, and so my initial thing is like the dramedy solar punk story set in like a solar punk setting, having people of color, queer folk, present, women, and centered as well, and have the stories, the very personal, interesting stories. Maybe someone is dealing with love or love lost, or maybe someone is dealing with not knowing what they want to do with their life, or what have you. And I think a dramedy is like a perfect way to frame that story in. Um, so yeah, I guess that's the initial point, the initial video that I wanted to talk about. I'm not sure like um, when, where, how I want to further this, but I really feel like my personal idea around like solar punk stories is like very broad still, and in this period that I'm recording this video, it's very much showed that um, when it comes to solar punk stories, it's very much still books. So we're not even close to like any other type of platform that the stories can be told in. But it's fun to already imagine, think about, and then also like the images. Um, they inspire me to like really just imagine like living in like those spaces. What is the day to day like? Like, what is a normal day in a solar punk setting? What are the situations that people find themselves in? And just like really give examples, provide images, stories, narratives in that space. So, yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I don't know when I'm gonna record my next video. I hope sometime later this week because now I'm 2 out of 3. So just one video more. But yeah, leave a comment down below if you're thinking of like what your ideas are around like the solar punk storytelling, because I feel like most most solar punk content deals with more the either the movement or just the images and just that or the way it relates to like the other punk genres like steampunk and cyberpunk and all that, and so and eco punk. But I really want to like delve into like the storytelling um aspect of it itself. And so yeah, like also thinking about like what kind of music, I guess that would be my next subject, like music, since I'm also like a singer-songwriter. Music is my life. Thinking about like what kind of sounds I'm imagining. And so yeah, I will be talking about that later this week. So all right, have a nice day. See ya.